A new development regarding Mbappe's transfer to Real Madrid. Paris agrees to Mbappe's departure to Real in one case. Real Madrid determines the preferred candidate to succeed Carlo Ancelotti. Ancelotti responds to the possibility of Real Madrid signing Osimhen. Regret of another kind in Real Madrid because of Kepa. Bellingham surprises Real Madrid fans with what he did. Welcome to the details. The French network Foot Mercato revealed a new development regarding the future of French star Kylian Mbappe, winger of the French Paris Saint-Germain team, during the current summer period. The network stated that the idea of Mbappe moving to Real Madrid cannot be ruled out this summer, until the last day of the market, in light of the player's contract not being renewed for his contract with the French capital team. And Foot Mercato indicated that the Royal Club may move in the last week of this month and make an official offer at the Parisian club table in order to obtain the player's signature this season. According to the information of the French network, the Madrid offer may come to light after the next Paris match, next Saturday, in the local league, at a time when the discussions between the player and PSG management do not indicate any progress. Mbappe had returned to participate in the Paris matches, after being excluded from the first round of Ligue 1, when coach Luis Enrique pushed him as a substitute in the last Toulouse match, in the meeting that the two teams tied with a goal. Journalist Andrés Enrubia, from the Spanish newspaper LS, said that there is still a possibility of Kylian Mbappe leaving this summer, in the event that Paris Saint-Germain signs with his offensive goals. Paris has been linked in recent hours with the inclusion of French striker Kolo Muani from Eintracht Frankfurt, as well as Barcola from Olympique Lyonnais. Speculation still revolves around Mbappe's future, and the possibility of his possible transfer to Real Madrid, but everything will depend on the position of Paris Saint-Germain. In this regard, Andrés Enrubia confirmed that if Paris Saint-Germain contracts with Kolo Muani and Barcola, they may consider selling Kylian Mbappe in the event of a good offer. The journalist added that in the event of the inclusion of Muani and Barcola, names such as Dembele, Gonzalo Ramos, Asensio, Lee Kang-in will be in the attack on their side, and since Kolo Muani has a profile similar to that of Mbappe, Paris at that time would not oppose the idea of Kylian's departure. Several newspapers in Europe have recently reported that Carlo Ancelotti will live out his last season as Real Madrid coach, and the club is clear about who will come after him. Ancelotti has not renewed his contract at the present time, which is not currently up for discussion by the administration, as Florentino Perez hopes to make a revolution on the bench. And Carlo Ancelotti's contract expires on June 30th, so Almaringi began to prepare the perfect name to complete the career after the Italian coach. During all these months, a long list of potential candidates was considered, as there was initially talk of the possibility of Raúl moving from training the reserve team to the first team, but it seems that this is an unlikely option currently. According to Relevo, the preferred candidate to take over the white team's training is Spaniard Xabi Alonso, and in fact, there is great optimism within the administration that Alonso will be the perfect coach after the Italian coach. Carlo Ancelotti, the new coach of a Real Madrid person, spoke to Radio Serie A on many topics, most notably the transfer market file at the Royal Club. Everyone realizes that Real Madrid is clear about a new conscience, except that Kylian Mbappe presses the first goal, but the capital administrative club is following a number of other players. One of those names who were previously called up by the Real Madrid attack is Nicolai Victor Osimhen, the star of the Napoli team and the top scorer in the Italian league last season. And about the possibility that Osimhen could be the potential striker for Real Madrid, Carlo said, "He is one of the strongest strikers in Europe, but we do not think of him." In another way, we decided to compensate for the departure of Karim Benzema with the arrival of Jude Bellingham. It seems clear, and even more so, after Ancelotti's statements, that Real Madrid is only considering one name to support the front line, which is Kylian Mbappe. The press reports of the Spanish union's deal with the state of remorse Real Madrid, due to the hard work with the Spanish guardian, Kepa Arrizabalaga, and the full loan from the English team Chelsea. And Real Madrid included Kepa to heel Thibaut Courtois, after the full teams had been present since the cruciate ligament, to turn Meringue into a prominent destination for Madrid, and he was not close to moving to German Bayern. The Spanish network Defensa Central, which is loyal to Real, reported, on Tuesday evening, that Real Madrid is amazed at the levels shown by Kepa in training, and everyone is happy because of the levels shown by the Spanish player. The Basque goalkeeper is looking forward to participating for the first time as a starter with Real Madrid in the coming period, after Italian coach Carlo Ancelotti, coach of Real Madrid, chose to push Ukrainian Andrei Lunin in the first two matches. Defensa explained that Real Madrid regrets not signing with Kepa before that, knowing that he was already in Real Madrid's orbit before he left Athletic Bilbao and joined Chelsea. The Madrid network points the finger at French coach Zinedine Zidane, the former coach of Real Madrid, in not signing with Kepa earlier in his career, as he was behind not joining the Merengue before he signed for the Blues. Real Madrid coach Carlo Ancelotti expressed his deep appreciation for England's Jude Bellingham. Bellingham succeeded in reaching the hearts of Real Madrid fans quickly, and was able to put his mark at the beginning of his career with the success of the largest club in Europe. Ancelotti said, in statements reported by the Spanish newspaper Marca, "We believe that the arrival of Bellingham will cover the absence of Karim Benzema." And he continued, "Bellingham is serious, a mature person and has a lot of quality. What he does is not surprising to those who know him. What is surprising is that he is only 20 years old." Ancelotti touched on talking about Brahim Diaz after his return from Milan, and said about him, "He has developed a lot, he still has quality, but he has become more powerful and developed physically." The Merengue coach talked about the problem of racism affecting the Brazilian star of the team, Vinicius. He said about that, "You cannot live without this problem. You have to try to solve it." The atmosphere that accompanied the first matches has improved around him, and there is no kind of insult. "I hope that does not happen." He added, "There are rules that allow the referee to stop the match. I support Vinicius in these difficult moments." Because of the Brazilian star Neymar Jr., he was severely shocked even after his departure from European players and his move to the Saudi Al Hilal team this summer. Neymar left Paris Saint-Germain after several seasons in which he participated with the team, but he did not appear at his level and suffered stronger injuries for a long time. Paul Breitner, German soccer legend and former Real Madrid player, spoke about Neymar's decision to move to the Saudi Al Hilal team, and said during the Blickpunkt Sport program on the German BR channel, "Thank you, Saudis, for buying Neymar, one of the most boring soccer players in the years last." He continued, "He is one of the greatest football players who only practice acting. He is a very deceitful germ. Thank you very much to Saudi Arabia because we no longer have to bear him anymore." Neymar moved to Al Hilal Saudi Arabia for 2 seasons, with an estimated salary of about €300 million in the 2 years. Real Madrid star Toni Kroos spoke on his podcast Einfach mal Lupen about his complete rejection of the presence of cameras in the dressing room, in addition to the transfer market in Saudi Arabia, which he considers dangerous. Kroos said of Jude Bellingham, a newcomer to Real Madrid this summer, "He did a really good performance, he integrated amazingly in a short time. I have a good feeling about him because I think he is incredibly mature for his age, not only for his age but just the way he is. He plays with it and attempts to exploit his strengths. He is a strong addition to the stories of why." And about reports that Borussia Dortmund was happy with Bellingham's departure, he said, "I can only say that we are very happy to have him here, and if this is also the case in Dortmund, then even better, and if not, at least they are getting good money now." Regarding the presence of cameras in the Real Madrid dressing room, he said, "It is a big problem for us. Those who opposed it were us, or rather our club. It was not as if we were asked to do so." And he continued, "Opening up to the fans is great, but I think that no one belongs in the booth. You can call me old-fashioned. I have no problem with that, but in the dressing room, we do not want everything to be heard or seen. You feel like you are being watched and you have to weigh every step you take without thinking. For us players, this is a sacred space, and no cameras belong there." As for the players who went to Saudi Arabia during the summer transfer market, everyone goes there for the money. For example, Cristiano Ronaldo or Karim Benzema, who went there at the end of their careers. They won everything, they enjoyed legendary status, they achieved everything. Then they stop their careers and they take this unbelievable money with them. What I have a problem with is players who are 26, 27, 28 years old, who are absolutely top quality, play in the best clubs in Europe, and go to the Saudi League for getting money is what motivates them. And he continued, "I am not a fan of that. It is a very bad example for many young players, and this matter also poses a danger to football in the future." Regarding the possibility of playing in the Saudi League, he said, "There was no tangible offer, but the possibility would certainly have existed if it had been investigated, but we did not look into the matter, so there was no tangible offer. There was at least one loose attempt to contact." Journalist Akram Khanna revealed, this evening, Wednesday, the salary of the Algerian international, Riyad Mahrez, the Manchester City player, if he moved to the Saudi Al Ahly club, during the summer transfer market 2023. And press reports stated that the management of the Saudi Al Ahly club, headed by Walid Moz, was close to contracting with Riyad Mahrez, in order to strengthen the ranks of Al Raqi in the new football season. Connor said, through his account on the social networking site Twitter, that Al Ahly club will present an offer of a salary of more than $30 million annually to Riyad Mahrez, in order to sign him. The president of Al Ahly is present with the delegation of the Public Investment Fund in the Kingdom, in London, in order to negotiate with Mahrez and end the deal. Al Ahly club officials are seeking to strengthen the ranks of the first football team before the start of the new season, after ascending and returning to the Roshan League after winning the Yellow First Division title last season. It is worth noting that Riyad Mahrez's contract with Manchester City ends in the summer of 2025, after City announced the renewal of the Algerian international's contract after the end of last season in the summer of 2022, for a period of 2 seasons. And the Algerian Riyad Mahrez won, the Saudi Al Ahly star, his first prize in the Saudi Roshan League, with only 2 matches played in the Al Raqi jerseys so far. The Desert Warrior led Al Raqi to victory a few days ago against Al Khalij, by 3-1, in the second round of the Roshan League. Mahrez's goal was the second in the match, specifically in the 1+45 minute, from the age of the first half, with a shot from the first touch inside the penalty area, after receiving a cross from the right. This goal won the award for the best goal by the crowd, through the Saudi League account on the X social networking platform, as it won 84.1% of the votes. Mahrez outperformed Spain's Christian Tello, Al Fade player, in the net of Al Ukdoud, as well as the Zambian goal, Fashion Sakala, Al Fayha player, in front of Al Hilal. It is noteworthy that this goal is the first for Mahrez in the jersey of the Al Jadawi team, which he joined during the current summer mercado, as he missed the scoring in the first round against Al Hazm. The MLS Championship gained meaning when Lionel Messi moved to Inter Miami, helping the team to its first title. If someone asked months ago what the League Cup is, they won't be blamed. Before Messi went to the American League and the Inter Miami team, he did not know much about the championship. But now, everyone knows what the League Cup is, thanks to one person, Lionel Messi, who after 7 games and 10 goals, Messi once again added another trophy to his impressive collection, and Inter Miami's first trophy. Messi made this tournament famous, brought it to the limelight, and now everyone around the world is watching it. This summer was not the first for the League Cup, as it started in 2019 and was completed after the COVID-19 pandemic, but the current version was completely different. Clubs from the MLS and MLS were hosted and the two leagues responded to the idea, putting their domestic schedules on hold to make it happen. It's a really big idea, and it fits in with the evolving relationship between MLS and MLS. The two leagues have collaborated over the years, with the two sides meeting each other in a number of competitions. When Messi arrived in the MLS and Inter Miami, the atmosphere was full of celebration, and it did not stop. Indeed, the protests continued even in his first match with the team, when he scored his first goal. It turned out that Messi's arrival was worth all that waiting, as he contributed to the team's crowning of its first championship. Messi's domination of the league and supremacy with the team began with the free kick from which he scored his first goal in his first match with Inter Miami. During 7 matches, he contributed to achieving the club's first title, and he also achieved the championship's top scorer title, by scoring 7 goals. Messi alone put this tournament on the map. In the years to come, everyone will know and remember the league as it was built. Messi was not alone in the tournament, as there were 46 other teams in the field besides the team that included the former Barcelona star, but the Argentine star is the main talk of the tournament. Winning the championship has become a distinct sign for any team that will face the Inter Miami team led by Lionel Messi. There is a frequent question about where the American championship will be among the world's top players, in the absence of Messi. Which will be more important, the CONCACAF Champions League or the League Cup? It's difficult. Of course, the League Championship presents a unique challenge, but the CONCACAF Champions League trophy has the merit of a Club World Cup tournament in the end. This remains the biggest prize that can be offered to teams in this region, as it gives teams their only chance to test themselves against the best teams in Europe and South America. Of course, the championship will grow, but the attention we have now noticed from the world is, of course, a major factor in the development of the championship and the struggle between clubs to participate in it. Prizes and tournaments give meaning according to the winners or participants. And now the American League is in a position that may be mentioned and compared to the leagues that have been held for more than a century. Before Messi and after Messi, this will be the turning point, the moment everything will change, and this tournament will carry a different level of distinction. It will always happen depending on the participants. However, there will be different motives for the upcoming editions, obtaining the championship set by Messi. Messi and Inter Miami are the first champions, and their simple presence on this award adds distinction to it that it would never have without them.